What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. K-Rino. Look, we have a couple of important things coming up right here in the city of Houston that I want to make y'all aware of. Even if you don't live in Houston, even if you live on the other side of the planet, we want you to be aware of these things because it can land on your doorstep. There's a lot of violence going on right here in Houston, man. A lot of gang warfare, a lot of neighborhood versus neighborhood activity popping off in the black community. And one of the biggest myths that have been perpetuated over the years as it relates to black people is that when police officers kill black people, we go out and we rally and we protest and we march and we're outraged and things of that nature. But when there's violence within our community, when someone black kills someone black or a situation like that, then there's no outrage, there's no protest. That's one of the biggest lies ever carried out that could ever come out of the mouths of anybody. And anybody who says that, you either are intentionally lying or you haven't been tuning in to what's going on the ground level. Because there are many people, myself included, who have always been or tried to be at the forefront of stopping inner neighborhood and black, so-called black on black crime for years and years and years. The problem is, if you see the media showing the protests against police brutality and things of that nature, and they may not show when brothers and sisters are fighting to rectify and bring peace in our own communities, then you say, well, y'all don't get out and do it when one of y'all kill one of y'all. That's BS. My point saying all that is to let y'all know that on March 2nd, we're having what's called a peace ride. And that means that we're going to start at a particular point in Houston. This particular point will be 45 Freeway and Scott Street. And we're going to just load up in cars and ride all the way down Scott, which, if you don't know Houston, Scott is a long, long strip. And we're going to take it all the way down to Scott in the street called Airport. And we're doing it for peace, to try to spread the word within the community that the violence got to stop. Now, to all of the people who are like, man, I'm tired of rallying, I'm tired of marching, riding, and walking, and chanting and all that. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. If you have that mentality, please don't show up, because you're missing the overall point. We tired of it too. We're tired of doing it also. But at some point, stop being foolish enough to think that marching and protesting is only empty words, as opposed to the thought of it bringing attention to a situation. It has a purpose. All of these things have a purpose. Hell, violence has a purpose. But at the end of the day, when you have a city and when you have a mayor that has been presented with programs that could absolutely affect positive change within the black community and within our communities, but yet these programs are being ignored. These programs have been put together by very, very credible activists in our city that give all of us the confidence that if implemented, if backed by the city, if the resources are given, could absolutely make change. Because while we are so quick to criticize the gang members and the cats in the hood that's doing what they doing, a lot of us tend to ignore the root cause of it all. And I don't care what nobody say. You could take it or leave it. Systemic racism and systemic policies that degenerate and disenfranchise and hold back the black, the brown, the poor white. These are the conditions that create the cocktail for poverty situations. And poverty leads to crime. Crime leads to violence and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, man, if the mayor don't care, then we got to get out there and show that we do. Because we are the ones who, and I'm speaking about rappers now, we are the ones who speak to that reality. We've been speaking to it. It's what we talk about in our music. Because we either lived it or seen it. So if they're not going to do it, then the responsibility falls on us. And we'll ride and go into places that they scared to go. We'll ride and go to the places that even if they're not scared to go, they don't want to go. Because guess what? Incarceration is big business. And they're currently building a multi-million-dollar facility right now as we speak, right here where we live. And a prison facility. And that facility is built with the absolute anticipation of being filled by young black men and young Latino men. And that generates money. So if you, as the mayor, if you in the city of Houston, if you are of those who are in that council, if y'all are blatantly ignoring legitimate efforts to fix this problem, then that tells me you don't want the problem fixed. And we're speaking on a local level right now. So you don't want the problem fixed. So we'll get out there and do it ourselves. And we want to invite you. We want to invite the mayor. We want to invite the police department. We want to invite all of the people who may have issue with it. And trust and believe, let me say this too. There are a lot of our officers right here in the city of Houston that have done and are doing a great job at working with the community and trying to come together to find solutions with each other. So I don't ever want it to come off like it's a 100% unanimous thing with the police officers, that they have this clashing mentality with us and we have that same mentality with them. That's not the case. There are a lot of great officers, including the police chief himself. I've seen him in person and I've seen things that he's done on television and online where he's speaking towards solutions. We don't agree with everything, but the fact that people are willing to work with us and we're willing to work with them, because if the common goal is peace, then it need to be peace. It can't, the underlying motive can't be let's get this money and let's lock all these people up. It got to be peace, because that situation, that mentality is going to backfire on you. Plain and simple. If you, as the mayor in the city of Houston, if you don't take this seriously, if you get so caught up in your politics that you neglect what's going on in these streets, or if you take the wrong approach to handling what's going on in these streets, man, it's going to backfire against you. Plain and simple. So March the 2nd, we're going to start at 45 Freeway in Scott and take it all the way down Scott Street to Airport. And we're going to rally in the park. And we're doing it for peace. We're going to bring awareness. We're going to bring awareness within this community. We're going to ask the community to come out. Ride with us. Take it on down Scott. I predict it's going to be a beautiful day. So hopefully we'll see you there, 12 noon. 12 noon, we'll be making it happen, man. If you really care, you'll be there. One love, man. Peace.